would you define ice cream then?
How would I define ice cream?
Milk and sugar frozen?
Yeah, milk is ice cream.
Okay, but you're talking about ices. Those don't have milk in them. It's just ice.
Yeah, because it's a convergent evolution. It's not the same species. It's a different species trying to mimic the same thing.
Yeah.
Got it.
So the thing is that they're not trying to mimic ice cream to the T. They're just trying to fill the same ecological niche.
Yes. Yes, obviously. Popsicles are divergent evolution from, I want to say...
slushies are divergent evolution.
No. That's actually a good question. What came first, the slushie or the popsicle?
Okay, so chicken or egg scenario with ice cream.
Personally, I believe popsicles are what happens when ice cream abandons its shell and develops an endoscale.
So now that we've determined that popsicle isn't ice cream with a growth style, I would posit the theory that it is probably the ancestor to this icy.
I agree with that because I believe that they had an endoskeleton and they deemed the endoskeleton inferior to the exoskeleton.
Yes, because you still see the same bright, colorful displays to attract mates. Obviously, you have the same like over-the-top flavors that really isn't as present in ice cream.
Does ice cream need to attract a mate?
Yes. How can we reproduce?
Unless we can build some kind of asexual reproduction.
It's just
Love how we're talking about this.
This is important.
because this is how ice cream functions.
Right. Okay.
There's just
And we do see examples of like island evolution when we see like these wacky flavors that only appear in like these really small shops, right? Like we see they go to this random home shop and you see like choco brownie extreme. You don't see that anywhere else. It's because the mocha is not there for it. So
they would eventually die out because natural selection would mean that people would choose the most popular.
So we're talking Darwin's finches.
yes,
Got it.
so it applies to ice cream flavors.
The people at the apex.
Yeah. But this is really weird because you go to the froyo scene, right? We go to the froyo scene and it's constantly evolving. There is no steady froyo meta. We see
I
like
believe the problem is that the froyo is still in something akin to the Cambrian, where
I think because there's a lack of predators, as i.e. not enough humans eating froyo, the froyo market hasn't stabilized.
exactly, yes.
Because ice cream is the main.
Yes, because it's being drawn by ice cream. All the predators are too busy feasting. But an interesting counterpoint, gelato, which has fallen out of popularity, seems to still have the same organoid of vanilla, chocolate, and Neapolitan.
So you know trilobites.
Yes.
So
Do you predict gelato will continue to die out, or do you think it will make a resurgence?
I believe gelato has a very specific ecological niche, specifically Italy. And I believe that this will keep it alive until, as long as Italy continues to exist.
What about non-dairy milks?
Those aren't milk. That's fake.
What
Code
does that have
was
to do with-
evolution.
what does that have to do with ice cream?
It's just imitation.
Yeah.
So you know like the Boston Dynamics robot dog?
That's what it is.
Boston Robotics dog is to dogs as what vegan ice cream is to regular ice cream.
I accept this. This makes sense.
Genetically engineered ice cream.
Yes, GMO ice cream.
Snow cone is a more predatory slush. Because
Yes.
Why?
they're offering farm mobility and access rather than the safety of the cup.
Yes. So an auto pop is a weird. It's like a.
I did not expect.
It's like a Venus flytrap.
Podcast about the
We are doing a
anatomy
podcast.
of ice cream.
So an auto pop is like a popsicle that like ditched its endoskeleton to just go for. I don't even want to say an exoskeleton, but more like a slug type like membrane build.
Yeah.
Yes, that would because it's not as hard as.
Yes, because it doesn't have it has a membrane. Because cornus
Also,
can
it's
still.
never meant to be open.
Yes. But we put like the weird ice cream stuff, such as like the SpongeBob ice cream you can only find at ice cream trucks. And how do we classify ice cream
always
trucks?
don't look like SpongeBob.
So
they look
have
like
you ever
nightmare.
heard of coral?
They look like a nightmare.
Explain.
So have you ever heard of coral crabs?
I believe so, but explain.
So coral crabs are pretty much crabs that are like the most vibrant neon colors, and it's because they are extremely toxic to eat. It follows the same basic principle that if you can see it, nature wants you to know that it's dangerous. And and the toxicity comes from the gumball eyes that most possess, and that these gumball eyes are toxic to humans.
So you're positing that these popsicles will use a poisonous influence on the colors that were used to design mates.
And the ones that don't have the gumballs present are is another case of Batesian mimicry. They're not poisonous.
So they were trying to mimic the poisonous nature
the poisonous
to deter us from eating them. This is making sense.
Is it?
Man, I wish it was making dollars.
Chicken around to eat.
Apples and oranges, and he's over there.
Ice cream trucks are just nomadic ice cream.
Yes, nomadic ice cream. That's a perfect word.
No, because you
They're like the buffalo of the Wild West. They constantly roam to find new markets.
I'm thinking endorphin smell.
Do you guys think that mixed ice cream is infertile? Kind of like how ligers mixed ice cream was similar to a mule, whereas you take a horse and a donkey, and while they can breed and have offspring, the offspring cannot have offspring.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
can't have offspring?
No, no,
They're sterile.
yeah.
But they can't have offspring with the other sterile?
No, because we see ice cream like chocolate brownie and stuff still have offspring later on. Like we see so many horrible generations of Rocky Roads.
Wait,
Do you think that would mean like
But
chocolate and like brownie?
But what I do think is this.
That to me like
wait, is ice cream asexual?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Or
chocolate and
heterosexual?
cookie dough mixed together.
Yes, exactly. Because here's the thing: ice cream is in the same species, so it's not. It's different flavors of ice cream is different races, not necessarily different species. Because if a lion goes to
Yeah,
tiger
because
and a lion, which
like what you're
both cats,
saying,
but different
a brownie is not ice cream, but it can breed with ice cream to create
Chocolate brownie.
chocolate brownie.
Yes. But ice creams that can't be produced is stuff like vanilla bean ice cream, or like offshoots of already core species. Like it gets too inbred at that point. So once you have vanilla, but then you have like the same flavor that's still vanilla, but they put like French vanilla. Like it's still vanilla.
What's the difference?
There isn't. That's my point. They're inbred.
Okay, is there an ice cream afterlife once it melts?
Is there an ice cream afterlife?
It's called, yes, it's called the stomach.
The stomach, it's dark and warm and gurgly.
It's the stomach.
Ice cream that's particularly good gets put in that one government warehouse that keeps samples of everything.
Exactly. So this
Seasonal ice cream is very easy to explain.
It's just
Hibernation.
This is heat. Boom.
The stupid ice cream cups that you need the wooden spoon. You're like,
Is that ice cream?
is that just like it using a
Okay, do we-
harder shell?
That's an ice cream defense mechanism. And it's actually in a symbiotic relationship
they're
with
not
the
really good at
spoon, so not to
it,
harm it.
so.
No, double scoop is how ice cream reproduce.
Yes.
So that's an example. You have
Except
chocolate.
then it's eaten. No more comes out of it.
Okay, I thought
We never see it in the wild.
No, I thought just
Yeah, do you see a double scoop ice cream in the wild? Have you ever seen?
I see it in the hands of a predator first.
It's like a great right situation.
Fair.
We've never seen how they reproduce. We think we know how they.
Like eels?
Yes.
Milk is the atom.
No, milk isn't the atom. Milk would be like milk would be like the soup, the primordial soup.
The primordial soup.
Yes, of dairy treats.
Would you say that ice cream has their own kind of culture and like would their races?
No, because they're not like us.
Oh, they're not like us.
It's ice cream.
Do you think the
You
ice
think
cream?
ice
Is
cream
there a
is sold?
pecking order?
Yeah, I said.
Yeah, okay. So there was not a artificial pecking order like we would think of it. Like there isn't like seniors who bully juniors who bully sophomores, but there is a Darwinism type pecking order where vanilla and chocolate ice cream do bully everyone else because they are more dominant, and they just push them out of everywhere else. That's why if you go to an ice cream shop that only has two flavors, there is a 95% chance those two flavors are going to be chocolate and vanilla.
It's like the lionfish in Florida. They're not actively being cruel towards the other marine creatures. They're just, their presence is like pushing everything else out of the ecological niche.
Okay,
why we
what
don't-
you're saying is making sense, and I hate that.
This is why we don't see this video.
Wait, this is recording?
I'm getting this video. This is too funny.